don't get the Campbell soup because it's got sugar in it. You know, all that stuff's got sugar in it.
And again, a lot of times it's not refined white sugar. It's corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup. It's just specifically been pumped up. There's basically three constituents. There's fructose, glucose, and sucrose. I'm not going to play the breakdown, but all three of them, fructose tastes the best and is the worst for you. You know what I mean? Your body has glucose. That's what it does. Basically, your body, when you get amped out and you need adrenaline, your body changes your glucose into glycogen. You know what I mean? Which then goes into the thing. I won't go the whole period. But you know what I'm saying? So glucose, and again, you talk about blood glucose levels. You know what I mean? You never talk about fucking blood fructose levels because it's not. You know what I mean?
Because everything's glucose once it's in the body.
Yeah. So whether fructose or sucrose, it changes to that, but know how they change. You know what I mean? And again, you want to eat as little sugars as possible, and ideally get all your energy from as much protein as possible, if that's the kind of physiology you have, which is really about 98% of the people on this planet. There are a few who are much more able to be more omnivorous and really do derive an amazing amount of nutrition from vegetables.
It's just your heritage,
usually have to beef it up. Like if you're the kind of person I found that can scarf vegetables a long time in a row, you won't have to eat too much meat, but every so often, like you'll eat a steak, a little more red meat, and then you're good.
Oh, real quick, let me go over to something a little more spiritual. Yeah, see, I didn't even talk about the Matrix, but let me talk real quick about this. The first vegetarian culture, the first documented vegetarian culture was in India, where the Hindus, the quote unquote Aryans, whatever, and they were vegetarians, but they lived on milk and stuff like that. But as they still do now, the Indians there now still they worship the cows. They treat them very nicely. They never take the baby away from a cow.
They're not going to eat beef or veal.
They don't ever eat beef. They drink the milk because they're honoring this as like a mother. The mother gives you milk, and she's treating you as her child. They take care of it. In the West, the only place that's even up to par is Kerrygold, in my opinion, because Kerrygold, they're Irish. There's small herds of 70 cows. They do everything the old way, and those cows they treat them nicely. They don't change how they do things, and they're very good people. I mean, and those people, even in India, even though they were vegetarians, a couple times a year they would have sacrifices of goats or such things, and they would offer it to the gods, and they would give the meat to people to eat. But that was rarely, just a couple times a year. It wasn't like all the time, and probably not everyone did it.
Now look at a country like Saudi Arabia and the Bedouin people.
Yeah.
They have no aversion to eating meat. But again, in a place, a lot of it is based on other factors, in this case, water. Protein requires an immense amount of water for digestion. Immense, right? So even if you have a steady, ready source, you're not going to. They tend to eat things like figs, dates, nuts, small things like that, eat throughout the day, salt. They drink tea. They drink a lot of tea, really small cups, and they drink it very heavily sugar because it helps them to sweat and gives them energy. You know what I mean? But they also don't expend a lot of energy during it, except basically sweating, and you know what I mean? And so it's not uncommon for a Bedouin boy, at least back then, to have only eaten meat maybe twice in his life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The goat is just too precious to sacrifice for meat. So, again, culturally, these people are used to eating, but it's not because they feel this aversion to it. It's for a more practical reason. And that happens in a lot of other cultures as well. You know what I mean? For example, the Inuit up north, they don't really have anything. Like I was telling her, if you, like us, have a modern diet, you get your fat from a lot of sources, butter, cheese, eggs, all that kind of stuff. That's where it comes from, and you're used to it. But if you go out and literally live in the wilderness for a while and you're just living on what you can forage or hunt or kill, trust me, after about a month or two, if you, do it honorably and you get your shit and you have a kill, you will crave the fat of animal tissue because your body needs it.
Let me, real quick, the Inuit and the Maasai in Africa are two cultures that live only on meat and milk. And the Maasai live on meat and milk, and the Inuit only live on like fish and stuff like that.
And so that's it. They can eat blubber and chew on it, and again, it's super high omega protein.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But different peoples, if they tried to do that on a regular diet, because they don't have the ability to do so, we get very, very sick.
Yeah, your body can adapt, but over a long time and over generations. Either way, I want to say something real quick if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Okay, really quick, for the spiritual reasons, a lot of people feel very spiritual when they're vegans, okay? And the reason that they feel like that is because they're fasting. And that's cool because fasting is really good for becoming spiritual. And first of all, eat healthy natural foods. If you're really concerned about it from a spiritual perspective, eat natural foods. Do cut down on meat, especially because it's made, the way it's slaughtered, it does put stuff into the meat. So there is stuff with that. But basically, just eat raw, natural foods. And if you can intermittent fast, if you can pick an 8-hour day window and just fast for that period, you'll start to feel the same kind of spiritual stuff that if you were vegan. If you can take a day out of the week or 2 days and fast 2 days, like one day Monday and one day Friday, you'll get some of those effects. And you'll get really good health effects because your body makes stem cells and stuff when it's fasting. Your body can actually create its own stem cells and send them out to heal you if you fast, which is one of the, and it reduces insulin resistance. It gives your body a chance to really, really recover, you know?
Your body's either healing or processing to heal, and she's pointing out, you know, if your body's going through the process of digestion and metabolization, either say aerobic or anaerobic, it doesn't free up the body to do the healing. You know what I mean? Think of it kind of like filling the gas tank, so to speak. You fill the gas tank, now the car needs to be able to run, you know, and burn the gas most effectively, or even the oil for the thing. But yeah, it definitely helps to fast a little.
If you, like most spiritual people fast, like you're recommended to fast 3 days before a big ritual. Like, and that could be anything from a total fast of no food at all to, you know, eating once a day, you know, and then, you know, or twice a day, but very lightly. People create their own fast. It's just enough to put yourself into a little bit of you feel a little hungry, a little, you know, just a little bit separate.
It's part of all Abrahamic religions. People will fast for Lent.
Yeah.
People will fast for Ramadan. People will fast for, oh God, forgive me, my Jewish friends, Yom Kippur. Do you fast on Yom Kippur? Or is it the day you fast?
I don't know if they do.
I'm so sorry. I know you fast it, and I can't think of it. I'm being an idiot. But the point is that culturally, and then even then, usually the adults will tell the children, no, you know, you're a little kid. You don't let kids just fast all day. They'll let them fast till noon or something, or a little bit. And then as you get older and are much better at it, you know, because your body has the wherewithal to do so. You know, it's nice to allow yourself to see, and again, you can see your progress, and I always think that when we put into a cultural and spiritual experience as part of an overall cultural gestalt, it's much more empowering and beautiful because it is not just for yourself, but for the community as large. And that's always a nice thing. You know, it's not a selfish thing. It is a much more spiritual thing. And there's that sense of community and communion with other peoples. It kind of really helps. I mean, when your belly's growling, it's not like miserless company, but you're like, oh, we're all...
Well, Sadhguru, who's on YouTube, and I don't agree with everything he says, obviously, but he at his ashram, they eat twice a day. They eat once in the morning and once at night. They give themselves a long period in between as a form of intermittent fasting. It does help you to let go of the physical. And a lot of what vegans feel is they're letting go of physicality because they're trying to, and there are spirits that believe that ascension includes shedding your body. And they will encourage people to be toward what seem like healthy lifestyles but are not, because they're trying to give you something they think that you should want but you wouldn't. You know? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't choose to die, but they think it's better for you that you do. So they're trying to help you to see and to let go of the physical. And that's good that you let go of the physical, but understand that what you're doing, they're not trying. So many spirits are not helping.
You want to let go of it temporarily and then come back to it and make it as healthy as possible. You know, because anime sano and corpore sano.
I truly
healthy mind and a healthy body.
That we have two worlds next to each other that are going to merge at least for a while, and for a long while. And I don't think you need to do that. But what you need to do is, you know, just become aware of the higher realms. And if fasting helps you to do that, then you need to fast, okay? Because it does help. It does help. If you're somebody who has a hard time connecting, but when you were vegan or whatever, you felt it, that's because of fasting. And be vegan if you want to, but supplement and take care of your health, you know? Don't just make it all sugar, you know?
Oh, yeah. Is that you do what makes you truly happiest and healthiest.
Yeah.
You know
I mean, I'm just trying to offer a little help. What's helped me.
It's just when it comes to food and diets in particular, because so much of dietic science, like with dietitians, is kind of an ongoing process. And again, things tend to be influenced by outside factors, namely the people producing the great amount of food that they're selling to you. You know, they have a vested interest in getting you to buy their products because it makes them a great deal of money. And that's what you have to ask yourself. Who is benefiting from this? Who is making the money? Who at the end of the day gets to see a vast profit? And if the answer is everybody, then yeah, you're copacetic. You're good to go. If the answer is them guys, you might want to consider changing your dietary choices because you're probably sucking down poison to make some idiot rich, and you're all better people than that. You know what I mean? But like I said, I did it for years. It's easy not to, or it's easy to, you go, oh, what's the harm with McDonald's? To be fair, I'm not going to talk about any company, this or that. I personally haven't eaten McDonald's in 20 years for a variety of reasons, not just their corporate structure, whatever. I just don't consider it to be clean food. I don't. But, if you want to eat McDonald's, knock yourself out. Her kid eats nuggets all the time. Not a big deal.
Yeah, listen, it's an ongoing thing that we're working on, too.
Be aware of what's doing to your health, and again, where is it being sourced from? If you can, try to get it from as close to you as possible, as fresh as possible, as local as possible.
Yeah, and when you eat a treat, let yourself have a treat. Let yourself have the coolest, greatest thing in the world. Just count the carbs. Make sure that you're not making your whole diet sugar. Just make it a treat like it's supposed to be.
Do a few more crunches, do a few more sit-ups, or you know what, just suck it up and go, I don't care, man, because we're all going to be in the
Just don't get your sugar from soup and ketchup. If you're going to get sugar, get it from ice cream.
Yeah,
like you want it.
Cupcake.
Right? You want ice cream. You don't want to eat like, oh, I got all my sugar from ketchup from eating, from whatever and stuff. It sucks. You want to eat ice cream. That's why I'm saying, like, eat raw foods, eat natural foods, make your own stuff, and then you can have a scoop of ice cream, and you don't have to feel bad about it. Just make sure that your diet is healthy, because there's a lot of unhealthy diets that are pretending to be healthy diets.
And
they're based on old science,
A lot of people are cultists.
Yeah.
They're telling you, I've got the green light to God. I'm fucking suspicious of hell when he tells me they got a goddamn fucking ladder, a golden ticket, or heaven.
To be fair, we don't know whether they went on an alien ship after they died or not, but I'll say this. I wouldn't join any alien species that wanted me to remove my genitals, okay? I'm just saying, that's just not my way. I'm just saying, I think they were looking for slaves, and if they go in anywhere, they're probably happy slaves somewhere.
California tracks wagon like shit flies, so
I feel bad for them, I do, but I'm like, we don't know what happened to their souls. Maybe they caught a ride. What do I know?
A prayer for all of them, man. I hope they're in a better place.
I do. I joke, but I don't mean it badly. Honestly, I truly think there's people watching over everybody.
But here's the point that you brought up, and this is the thing. This is what I tell people, and I'm not, again, like, oh, my opinion's right, your opinion's wrong. I just say this. Communists, fascists, Mao Zedong, Hitler, Lenin, people in fucking Scientology, anybody who wants to sway you will usually lock you in a room and deprive you of protein as well as sleep in order to make you weak-willed. Okay?
Yeah, they will.
Protein and sleep deprivation. Now, sleep deprivation will definitely fuck you up, but it's the protein because that's what your mind is made of. Your brain is protein. If they can deny you protein long enough, you get giddy, you get weak. You know what I mean? My dad was a top psychologist. He dealt with people who have been broken out of cults. You know what I mean? And you could see it in their eyes, just the days, the eyes kind of circling, the bobbing head from the, you know what I mean? They're not healthy, man. Their bodies have been decaying, sucking their own life away. So I don't care how you just get it. Again, hemp seed's good. So we're going to wrap it up with saying.
Hemp seed, what is it? Spirulina.
Spirulina's good.
Is wonderful for and
Seaweed.
Seaweed. Oh. Seaweed is a wonderful
nutrient. And a killer source of iodine. Plenty of it out there, man.
Yeah,
so don't just go grab kelp off the seashore without
permission. But I'm going to keep improving my diet, and I'll keep sharing how it works for me because I've lost weight, but I'm still got weight to lose. So we're going. We're both working on ourselves.
Yeah. Try to lay out the corporate death burgers if at all possible.
Yeah. Okay.
Namaste, everybody. We love you. You be healthy. You be well, and you love yourselves as much as you love everybody else. All right? Peace be with you, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you for being here, Julie. That went a little better. I was hyped it a little bit more over the last week or so.